Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Comeback Kids podcast. I'm Dan Daveahue, of course, and this is
Dave Watson.
And we hope you guys are all having a great day or night or whatever it is. But anyway, so first off, we wanted to lead off the show with a big thank you to all of our fans, all of our new fans who watched the hell out of our YouTube videos. Way more than what we thought. Well, no, I knew, but no, way more than what we thought. We had a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean like a lot. Like we're stretching that very far. Thousands. A lot,
thousands,
probably thousands, millions,
probably maybe thousands.
We had a lot of people. Let's just say we had a lot of people. We don't even need to know the number. We had a lot of people, and we're very thrilled about that. We're very excited. And we're hoping that, in the long run, this will become a big thing and you'll love it and we'll be rich and famous. But at the very least, we're just hoping you enjoy the content, which we're pretty sure you do, obviously. But anyway, so yeah, remember to, look, if you like this video or whatever, even if you just want to help us out, just like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to kind of lead off today with, Dave, is I wanted to talk to you about my jeans again.
Jeans?
Jeans. I knew we talk, not like my jeans, like, you know what I mean? No, I mean, which, if you saw my video on Instagram yesterday, I did a really good job with my, oh my God, I'm feeling great. But, no, with my literal jeans that I'm wearing. So
this is already taking a weird turn. All
right, well,
a minute,
you know what?
45 seconds.
Maybe it will. I mean,
right,
you know what? We're gonna see how uncomfortable Dave's gonna get tonight. And I'm
your jeans go.
My jeans. So, I buy jeans, periodically. Like I said last week, I left a lot of my jeans in Scotland because I didn't want to bring them back because it cost money. Everything in an airline bag cost money. So I usually buy my jeans from Old Navy because at one point, I mean, I'll be honest, I had weighed way too much and nothing else would fit me. Now I can buy jeans from anywhere because I'm in really great shape. But
really great shape,
amazing shape. You saw the video. But I mean, but anyway, these jeans, they're size 34, and I'm looking at them and they just feel too big now. After and when you first try them on, like, fine, it's great. And I really struggle with finding jeans that really fit me well. And I don't know. I'm not happy about it. I like Old Navy jeans and jeans in general, but I sometimes just can't find one that fit, like, in the thighs. But I'm not happy about it. That's what I'm saying. So what do you think about that, Dave?
Oh, well, thank you for such vital information.
It is. It really is vital. What do you think about it?
I guess it's okay. You got jeans problems.
Do you have that kind of problem?
No, not really.
All right. Well, so do any of you comment? Hey, let's do this. Comment in the comment section, one, so we know 3 minutes and 27 seconds into you're still watching this. But also comment. I'm curious to see if you have any actual kind of problems with buying jeans. I do. I know our friend Rob does. He has issues buying jeans. He does. I went shopping with Rob one time, and dude, because he's like really skinny. He couldn't find jeans that really adequately fit him.
What was the problem with the jeans?
It's just
they're jeans. You just kind of wear them.
Yeah, well, just like jeans and like pants in general, or for our British friends, trousers. In general, he just couldn't find ones that fit him like more snugly. He doesn't like wearing like very baggy clothes.
Like snuggly jeans?
Yeah, he likes like more like form-fitting jeans, Sure. And he couldn't, and so he's the only other person that I know really has issues buying jeans.
Well, I mean, I guess I wear loose jeans. I guess it's why it's not too big.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, I do too, but it's just I feel they're too loose. They're size 34 loose jeans, but I feel they're too loose. But would 32 be too big? I don't know. After I beat our friend George in his weight loss competition by June, maybe I'll buy 32 size jeans. What do you think?
Maybe.
I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you think I'm going to win that competition?
What, against George?
Yeah.
No, I do not. Because he's...
Tell me why, Dave! Tell me why.
I mean, because he's a better basketball player than you.
No, not the one-on-one game that I'm going to beat him in, but No, George is a way better.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No.
the one-on-one
No,
game.
George is a way better basketball player. No,
Say, that's not even close. was it?
I'll admit that. Look,
I was shocked at the confidence
no,
you had.
no.
Oh, look at this.
No, I'll admit. Look, George is a better basketball player than me. My only bet on playing him a one-on-one is that I, have more endurance. But I have way more endurance, I think. But no, he's a better basketball player than me. But
the weight loss.
the weight loss competition, yeah. So is George going to beat me in this? I don't think he is.
I don't know, dude. I mean,
Well,
like
putting
you
you on the
said-
spot. Come
Like
up
he
with a goddamn
said,
answer.
because how much he's starting heavier than you, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm working hard. See, I even put it on Instagram and Facebook. So I'm working really hard. So
Yeah, but I think it's easier for him to lose the weight because he has to do less.
do
He has to
something.
exert himself less.
that's true.
But again, the new baby, I'm telling you, that eats your time up.
See, honestly, our friend George, straight up, he's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. Dave, of course, is good, but George, George is a great guy.
He is. No,
George
he
Thornton
is.
Bay is a
Good
great
people.
guy. He is one of the best guys I've ever met in my life. And we're in a weight loss competition, and under normal circumstances, George is starting heavier than me, so I would expect him to beat me. But he has a new baby and so much stuff to do. I'm just betting that he has way too much stuff to do than to focus on losing weight. Whereas I just go to work, come home, and I go to the gym. So my only responsibility is playing
Smash Brothers.
fucking Mario Kart. Yeah, sometimes with George. Yeah, but no. So all right. So you think so straight up though? You think George is going to beat me?
Yeah, I mean, just because,
Okay.
like I said, he's bigger than he has to exert himself less
All right.
to lose more.
All right. Well, fuck you.
And plus, you get to a point, dude. You lost a lot already. Like before you guys even started, you lost a lot.
Which I did. That's true.
If you had strategically stayed big to intentionally beat George in a weight loss competition, then yeah, probably.
No, I'm still gonna win. And then yeah, all right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine, Dave. I see how that goes. All right. So you think George is gonna beat me, and the jeans thing you didn't resolve. That's fine. All right, we're gonna move on from this. We're spending too much time on it. So anyway. So let's see what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and we probably should have let off with this, but we got right into the jeans thing that Dave wanted to probably talk about. So we forgot
Again,
about
a
it.
surprise. That was a surprise segment to start.
Well, that was
as
the problem.
opposed
That's
to
true. That's true. But let me explain what we're going to do. So we're going to talk sports, some current events, maybe a little bit about video games too, and then we're going to have what we're going to call every week the surprise Dave segment. Okay, so we have, and I have again. I want you guys to see this. No, you can't because of the reflection. But I have everything on my first generation iPad here. In fact, Dave, let's take a selfie.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
You can't because there's no camera. There's no camera. Dave, let me take a picture. Oh wait, you can't because there's no camera, which is fine. You don't need a camera. You don't necessarily need a
Dude,
camera,
it's pretty much just an oversized iPod.
dude. But it's awesome. Like I really like this version of the iPad. This is just so.
What version are they at right now?
Dude, like version 15. Probably. I mean, like there's so many.
Still with the army time.
Dude, yeah, I love 24-hour time. I always set all my clocks to 24-hour time, because it just makes sense. It just really does. It's so much better. So yeah, let's start off with
Dive right in.
big news this weekend with sports. Let's talk about All-Star Weekend, which I kind of forgot that it was All-Star Weekend, but I come in and you're watching it. So
Honestly, I knew it was going on, but I didn't plan on exactly watching.
tell me about it, dude. Tell me about All-Star Weekend.
I mean, because today we got the World versus the Team World versus Team USA game, which I'm sure you don't even. Did you know they split it up into that format?
So if it's America, it's America versus the world. Well, we're
Yes.
definitely going to win. Wait,
No.
So
Well-
like, are you talking about like players or?
Yeah, players, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then, all right, so it's like the Olympics that we always win. Okay, we'll win that.
But it's with first and second year players, I believe. But the Team World's headlined by Luka Doncic.
Okay.
They got Ben Simmons and DeAndre
Oh
Ayton.
fuck! Where's Ben Simmons from?
Ben Simmons, he's from Australia. It's Australia.
Okay.
The Team USA is headlined by De'Aaron Fox, Kyle Kuzma, and Jason Tatum down, which actually they do have a fair shake. I thought Embiid was playing, but actually I guess he's considered a third-year guy. But yeah, TMC actually too has a fair shake at beating that one.
Yeah, I mean,
and I was pretty stoked to see Dirk Nowitzki's the coach. He's coaching the team.
Oh my God!
I was pretty stoked to hear that.
So who's coaching Team USA then?
Kyrie.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving.
Okay. That's cool. All right. So we have that. So when is that game happening, or did it happen?
That is tonight. Actually.
Oh, is that after the celebrity game?
Literally, in an hour or something.
Okay. After, we'll have to watch that. So that's after the celebrity game, which is happening now.
Yeah.
Okay. And when do they do the 3-point competition? And
that would be tomorrow, and that is the skills contest.
Right.
No one cares about the skills competition.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
The 3-point contest. Yeah. Devin Booker, Seth Curry, Steph Curry got the brothers going head to head.
Oh.
Got old head Dirk.
Wait, he's in that.
They're dusting off old man Dirk and throwing him out there.
And this is last year, right?
No, this is this year's. This is
no. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki. This is his last year playing.
I think it's
probably.
I don't know if he specifically said it was going to be his last year, but I literally think he's looking at Vince and kind of competing, seeing who's going to quit first, and then
yeah.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was him. I'd be like, I'm gonna, because I think he's like 40 years old.
Oh,
and I don't know what the oldest is, but
well, you might as well. I mean, that basketball is a physical game to be playing. You could, at that age, you can be 50 and play baseball.
7 foot. I mean, goddamn.
Yeah,
you're having all types of feet problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the 3-point contest, I think Buddy Hield's gonna win out of Oklahoma.
Okay.
I mean, he's having a stellar year, averaging 20 plus points and breakout year, and he's a 3-point shooter, and his form is picture perfect. But for the dunk competition, Donnie, Miles Bridges, John Collins, Amadou Diallo.
Can we just throw Vince Carter in this anyway for the hell of it, or what? I'd like to see Vince Carter go at like 47.
I don't want to see any torn ACLs or shredded Achilles. I don't want to see any of that.
I mean, just let's have him do it. Why not?
Honestly, I'd say. I mean, he's dunked in games.
Okay, but that could be a whole nother category, like early 2000s, like old heads. Do the skills and dunk competition and everything. That would be awesome. And dude, just fucking throw Charles Barkley in there too. That'd be awesome. My god.
Oh my god. His feet would just fall to pieces. Like I can't jump
but he would sound good doing it.
No. But for that one, I do have Dennis Smith Jr. Winning the competition because he's 6'3", he's got a 40-plus vert, and he's a 2-footed jumper, and there's a lot of space in between him. Dunking is aesthetically pleasing against a 6'10" guy.
Okay.
Who do you got, Donnie? Who do you call me?
Honestly,
do you have Amadou? Now, do you know Amadou Diallo?
I don't know any of these. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really. I do follow. I follow the 76ers because I love Philly sports, except the Eagles. Whatever. But
I would have liked to see Ben Simmons in the dunk competition.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him too. But no, I do follow basketball, like the teams, whatever, and stuff like that. I mean, I know like who's doing well in each conference, whatever, to a degree. And I definitely follow the 76ers and obviously the big trade they did last week and stuff like that. But I don't really follow, like, I'm not that into it where I follow like players from other teams and how they're doing and that. I'm just not as into it like that. I mean, which is why you're here as an expert, because I don't know nearly enough about it.
I watch a fair share.
I don't know nearly enough about it. But here's what I do know about. There's two other things I wanted to talk to you about specifically when it comes to this. And let me just see how easy it is. Open the notes, click the notes, and it's like a yellow piece of paper. It's great. So the first thing I want to talk, I did watch it. Stephen A. Smith's show, or a segment of his show. I watched it on YouTube today, which YouTube is great. We're on it too, so you should like, subscribe, and share. But I watched Stephen A. Smith in a segment with Scottie Pippen, right? And he and Scottie Pippen were basically saying that LeBron James isn't as good as Michael Jordan because LeBron James doesn't have the killer instinct gene to basically take over a game, and win it like Michael Jordan did. And they mentioned how, there's a bunch of different examples they gave of different games, and they were like, hey, LeBron should have been diving for balls and stuff like that. Yeah. Which, I don't necessarily. Well, I'll tell you what I think. What do you think about that whole idea?
Well, athletes like Kobe and Jordan, they do have an instinct that, LeBron
and Kobe, and that's what they said. They said Kobe had the instinct, but LeBron didn't.
He just doesn't. But that's not. he's not shying away from that. There's moments where he passed it up for the best shot, as opposed to taking the game-winning shot. So he chose to pass the ball to make the right play, as opposed to taking the game in his own hands. And that's one of the knocks that they give on him as well, that he isn't willing to take the shot instead of passing away, which I think is you make the best play.
Yeah,
you make the best play if it's you or Matthew Dellavedova. It doesn't matter who it is. You make the right play at the right time.
And I think he does do that. I mean, I think.
And he's a beast. He's won. Like, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, he has.
He's won. But
are they saying? I'm not saying Jordan was like overly selfish. I mean, he was dominant, but I thought he was still a pretty good team player. But I almost feel like they're saying, hey, for LeBron James to be on his level or Kobe's level, he has to go out and score 50 points a night and be really selfish like all the time. No, I almost feel like that's kind of what they're saying. And I'm torn. I know we talked about this last week. Who as far as who's the best player all time? I don't fucking know. I mean, I assume, for a long time Jordan will be considered the best player of all time. But I mean, time's not over yet. There's someone who's not born yet could be better than all of them. But I mean, I think LeBron James is the best athlete. Like if you just look at his arms, the way he runs.
He does everything real at a incredibly high level. Score, pass,
he does
rebound,
and he's
except for defensive. Defensively, it's sporadic.
Yeah, well, that's true. I think they did make the point that maybe he doesn't play as good as defense as he could, and they say James Harden doesn't either. Like, and
James Harden is almost allergic to defense, but
again, for someone like Harden,
for him. I've seen he's locked down some people in last plays.
But I mean, if you're James Harden, do you give a shit if people are saying your defense isn't that great? I mean, do you really care? Because it's not like you're like a 7th or 8th man player. You're a starter.
Well,
on a pretty decent
to win,
team, like
I mean, it's the oldest statement in all of sports: defense wins championship.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're irrelevant on one side of the ball, that can't happen. That's the thing. It's more important to not be as bad as he is on defense it is to necessarily be good on defense. He can't be non-existent. And sometimes he's non-existent, and I think that's mostly him not caring. So if he cared, he can be a good defender. He's 6'5".
But I mean, here's the other argument. Obviously, you want everyone to play good D, but what if his offense is so good and some of the other players around him obviously aren't as good as him? What if they just kind of picked up the slack on defense and then allowed him to put his kind of energies towards offense? Now, I know obviously that creates mismatches or whatever, with numbers and everything, but isn't that a fair point? Couldn't that be why he doesn't D up as much? Because he needs his strength to dominate on offense?
No, I mean, it seems like desire. I mean, because like I said, it is sporadic, so it's there. Same thing with Kyrie, where the ability to play defense is there. But defense is like, maybe 70% desire, 70% hustle. I mean, it's about wanting to actually do it. And that seems like it doesn't.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but if he was just locked down, if he cared, it's hard to be.
That beanie really does straight blend in.
It does.
Like oh my god! If you haven't noticed, I know we'll talk about basketball in a second. Look, talk about basketball again in a second. But look, if you didn't notice, that beanie blends in with that wall.
I think it's really the light, especially like this.
Yeah,
like this angle.
No, turn the hair up a little bit. And it's kind of like, now you put it to the side. Well, Dave, you ruined the illusion. All right, rewatch this from the beginning, like, subscribe, and share, and you'll see the beanie blend in. Sorry, I'm sorry. Before I interrupted you with that awesome thing, what were you saying?
The ability to play defense it's if he were to go hard at both ends, he just wouldn't be able to be as much of an offensive juggernaut.
That's what I mean.
He would.
That's
he
point.
Would be. But you don't have to sacrifice that. You don't have to sacrifice. You can't be, like I said, you can't be non-existent defensively.
Well, all right. I see your point, with Harden and stuff, but I think when it comes to LeBron, what I'm getting tired of, I was going to say I'm getting tired of people making comparisons, but then I guess, if LeBron is
it's
going
different
to say...
eras. I mean, there's also different eras.
That's
it wasn't 6'8" like him. There wasn't athletes like that.
There
wasn't Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, there
to be fair, though, to be fair to Stephen A. Smith, what Stephen A. Smith said, hey, you know what? If you're going to wear 23 out of high school and you're going to be that good and that hyped up, and I don't know if Stephen A. Smith said this or not, but I'm going to say this. If you're going to call out and say, I'm the greatest, maybe you are going to draw those comparisons. But honestly, when it's all said and done, I don't really know. That is such a hard question to answer, between him and LeBron, who's going to be the greatest. I mean, between LeBron and Jordan, who's going to be the greatest? I mean, I don't know how to answer. I like them both as players for different reasons. I like just like the fact that Jordan just seemed to know basketball.
He was a killer.
Like he was a general.
Like he said, the instinct. He was a killer.
Exactly. He was physical.
He would snatch. He would take your soul. Like he would snatch your soul from you. He was,
but I mean, just the way he had a commanding role on the team. The teams that he played on. But I think for LeBron, it's what impresses me is just how he plays as far as how physical he is and how he's able to dominate at certain points and just how big he is. And I know obviously that's maybe not something you can analyze as much, but you could say it does look like he knows the game. I don't think he's as much his basketball. Oh, here's what I'm looking for. His basketball IQ I don't think is as high as Jordan's, but I think what LeBron does have that Jordan doesn't is LeBron. I think he hits the weight room a lot more than Jordan does. I think he's more physical than Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking.
Am I wrong about that? Or
I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure how important being physically bigger.
I think it allows him to play his game effectively and straight dominate people.
Yeah, I mean, but there's also an era where you get more calls. I mean, it's obviously
yeah, that's true. I've seen him take 4 steps. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just in terms of fouls,
yeah.
Just in terms of being physical, there's the offensive players given almost more, and they're more important.
Yeah.
Than the
defensive
player.
You know what I think?
They're given more of a margin for error almost.
No, they are. I think LeBron does get away with some stuff, but I don't think he's still him and Jordan are both some of the greatest to ever play the game, obviously. But
who what first year or second year play do you think is the next big thing, like the next LeBron?
Who do I think is the next LeBron? I don't know. That's a tough call. I mean, I honestly when they drafted Fultz, I was like, oh my god, he's pretty good, and
the numbers were there.
That's what I was thinking. I really thought Fultz, was going to come in and just.
That was a weird thing. I don't know what happened. I think it might be some psychological. Or they changed what kind of injury it was to the shoulder. Different time. So that was to me. I mean, he did lose. That's the thing. That's what I knew. I didn't think that he would be just take off as this amazing generational player, because he did lose when he was Washington.
Well, but what I want to see though, really, and I want to see LeBron do. I'll get back to your question in a second, or we might conveniently forget because I don't really know how to answer that well. But I want to see LeBron James quit basketball for a year.
I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I tried to muffle my way through that. I just thought of the first person I could think of. I just don't know enough of the names.
And you think about how I mean, if you think about it, Trump just fields these hard ass questions and just bullshits.
That's true.
So that's true. He's and he's just like a tank and shoots them down.
Well, here, let me come off camera and I'll think. No, but what I was gonna say is I want to see LeBron quit basketball for a year or two and go play minor league baseball. Okay, dude, I want to see him. I want to see him
play football
or play like Deion Sanders, play both sports in the same year or the same week.
That's insane.
That's fucking crazy. That really is. But no, he could play minor league baseball. LeBron could. Actually, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, my favorite AAA team, the AAA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies, located in Lehigh, at Allentown. I mean, I fucking love minor league baseball.
He does.
I really do. We're just gonna take this way out here now, away from what we were talking about. No, I love minor league baseball. I just got this hat today from the Reading Phillies, the Reading Fighting Phils, in Reading. The Reading Phillies are my favorite minor league team. I love minor league baseball in general, but I like the Iron Pigs too. But
why minor league baseball?
Minor league baseball, it's just the atmosphere is really cool. I think minor league baseball is a really important part of American culture that I don't think is really appreciated enough by enough people. Minor league baseball, the atmosphere is great. I love doing probably kind of the same thing you love, while you watch the G League or whatever in the NBA.
No.
Obviously you watch. Still with me to make me look at no.
No, it's not the G League. It's
no. They renamed it the G League from D League.
G League. Yeah,
because for Gatorade. Or whatever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it is the G League.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking you, because I wouldn't watch the G League.
You don't. All right. Well, why?
Because it's not really.
Oh, that's true. I guess minor
And I
league
don't even know
basketball
if they're
is
like, I think you have to have, NBA League Pass or some shit like that.
But dude, you know what I want to do? I want to go to a Philadelphia or a Wilmington 87ers game. Yeah, dude, let's fucking do that.
Like to do that.
Let's do that. But no. So minor league baseball, what I like to do is particularly for the Phillies organization, because the Phillies are my favorite team. What I like to do is I like to track the players, see how they're doing, and see who's going to get called up. So, for example, when
well, that makes sense.
Yeah, well, when we were in high school, like I have a hat that looks just like this that's signed by Pat Burrell, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, all those players that over the years, I think most of them signed it.
And they were all in minor league?
They were all of them. Pat Burrell, Carlos Ruiz, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, all those guys, I'm probably leaving out some names here, but all those guys who were on the 2008 World Series team, they all came up through the Phillies minor league system in one way or another. They went through Reading, then they went through, at the time, Scranton was the AAA team. And then, I really was so proud of the Phillies in 2008 because they took basically their farm system. They developed those players. They did really well in Reading and in other places. And then, they came up to the majors. Like Ryan Howard, he was I think he, in the Eastern League where the Reading Phillies play, where the Fightin' Phils play, they, he was leading. Actually, he won the home run title in the Eastern League, if I'm not mistaken, the year he was there, and he was only there like half the year before he got called up to the higher league. So, I just always enjoyed going there and watching that. I did, in the early 2000s, I enjoyed doing that to watch and see who eventually got to the Phillies, and again, a large amount of their team were all homegrown farm system players that eventually, won the World Series for the Phillies in '08. And I like doing that now, too. I'm seeing a lot of players that the Phillies have on their roster now. It was cool watching them in Reading and then watching them in Lehigh and then seeing them play in the major league. So, to me, that's what I love, as far as the competition-wise. But, I just love the atmosphere. It's really cool. The Reading Phillies have, like, an ostrich as their hat. It's just awesome. It's just really cool.
That appeals to you, the ostrich?
I love the ostrich. I love the ostrich. It's really cool. So, minor league baseball is awesome, and it's more affordable too. I like going to a Phillies game, but first you have to go on 76, which is going to take a goddamn hour and a half to get there. Then it's like $20 to park your car, and it's cool, but I go to several minor league games in the summer. It's just cheaper. It's easier to get there. There's a good atmosphere, so there's a good amount of people there. And it's just really cool. You get good seats. I love it. I love minor league baseball. It's great. But yeah, I think what I was saying the Lehigh Valley, when LeBron was deciding where he wanted to go before he went to L.A. I hate the Lakers. I just fucking hate the Lakers. But anyway, before he decided to go to L.A., Lehigh Valley, the minor league baseballs, they're all about promotions and stuff. And
that's right.
And they had you probably saw I shared it on Facebook. Like they had the Iron Pigs made up this kind of campaign. Obviously, they didn't expect it to actually happen, but it said Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs want LeBron. They wanted LeBron to sign with, you know what I mean?
With a minor league.
Yeah, with a minor league baseball. But dude, it was obviously a joke and it was a publicity thing. It was really cool though. But Michael Jordan played minor league baseball. Yeah. He left the NBA, the greatest.
And it was bad, right? It was awful.
As far as Space Jam told me, he was awful. That's my knowledge of his minor league career.
That's the running joke I hear, that he was bad.
He wasn't a baseball player. He wasn't. But that was like his dream. I think his dad.
I was going to say it was more for his dad, correct?
Yeah, but he just wasn't. And then, but anyway, he did stop playing minor league baseball in time to save Earth and the Looney Tunes universe from the Monstars. So he did do that. Which that was awesome. And now LeBron, I guess, is going to have to battle the Monstars too. I guess that's why he went to LA. But so that's kind of my tangent on minor league baseball and why I like it so much. And yeah, it'd be awesome if LeBron just fuck it. What if he just did that?
I know. What if he just
did that for like 2 years?
Just showed up and did minor league baseball.
Honestly, Tim Tebow is actually
he's doing good, right?
He's actually really good. He's playing actually.
He's hurt right now, right?
I don't know. I don't know that, but I know he's being at the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, again the AAA affiliate of the Phillies. They are advertising that he is playing basically for the AAA Mets affiliate. And that basically he's going to be at Coca-Cola Park in Allentown several times this year, facing the Iron Pigs. So they're trying to, sell tickets based on that. And honestly, yeah, I want to go see Tim Tebow play. I really like Lehigh, but my favorite team, again, I really like Lehigh, but my favorite team is definitely the Reading Phillies. And, I can't wait. This summer, I want to see, on August 11th, I think it is, one of those dates, Jimmy Rollins is being inducted into the Baseball Town Hall of Fame. So I hope to get a ticket to go see that. That's going to be awesome. I know I missed it last summer, but Ryan Howard was inducted into the Hall of Fame last summer. So, but that's pretty cool though. I mean, you get to go to a game like that and see that. And plus the Reading Fighting Phils, they've been there for 50 years. They have the longest running affiliation with a major league team. So yeah, again, I love Reading. I love the Reading Phillies. I love the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Love minor league baseball in general. It's just a really good game, and it's awesome. And we should go to more games, Dave. You should come.
I've never been to a Reading's game.
You've never been?
No.
Dave, we have to go.
Yeah, man.
Dave, you're gonna go. You're gonna
see
go.
LeBron plays.
Dude, that would be awesome. If we saw, oh my God, that would be awesome. I mean, if LeBron played minor league baseball.
He wouldn't even. If he was terrible, it would still be a huge draw.
Yeah, and it would be good for his Space Jam movie. So I mean, all right. So here's the let's segue back into basketball for a moment. So I noticed, and I guess this has been going on a few years now. It's no longer East versus West. It's Team LeBron and who's the other team? Who?
It's Giannis.
So again, I don't have anything against those players, but. Are their egos that big where they need to you know what I mean? We can't just have East versus West. I mean, what's the purpose of... Dave, I want you to justify the NBA's decision to do this.
I don't mind it, dude.
Well,
it mixes things up.
Justify.
I mean, people want to see how LeBron and, Russ would play, how LeBron and James Harden would play. It was all about just mixing it up, and I don't
But the fans no longer vote on this, though?
No.
So apparently we think it froze for some reason. We don't know. Technical difficulties, but this will be part 2. So welcome to part 2 of episode 2 of the Comeback Kids podcast. I'm your host. No, we're not going to do that again. But yeah, so
we're talking
about the naming of the All-Star teams. I think it's kind of...
Now why don't you like it? I don't get it.
Because I don't... Did we really need to mess with it? I mean, I guess I do like the appeal of mixing it up, but I just feel like, I like the fact that they're superstars, but should they really have that much, power to be like, all right, yeah, well, we're going to pick the All-Star team. I just kind of feel like...
They aren't picking the players that play in it. They're simply picking...
Who picks the players that play in it?
It's like the players, the coaches, and the... No, it's the coaches and the votes, the media,
okay.
and
so
the
fans. All right,
there's a voting system in place,
yeah.
And it's not like they're picking the all-stars from each team.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
It was all about mixing up and seeing, how Kyrie would play with Ben Simmons. It's all about mixing it up.
I guess that kind of maybe might make it more competitive, but honestly, the All-Star games in general for the leagues are kind of a joke. I mean, this year's Pro Bowl for the NBA, the NFL was an absolute...
Which All-Star game do you think does it right? The only All-Star
Baseball.
game... And that's because it means something,
It means
right?
something, yeah, for home field advantage.
But is it entertaining? I don't get it. Is it entertaining?
Yeah, because I think it's entertaining because I can see why the Pro Bowl is not entertaining because, look, football, and I know from playing it in high school, it is a physically demanding sport. It hurts. Obviously basketball is physically demanding, but that's a lot of cardio or whatever. And if you're in good shape, humans are more or less designed to run, okay? But football, you're not really designed to take that big of a pounding and to just be okay with it. That's why a lot of football players later on have a lot of problems.
Athletes in general.
Athletes in general, I think NFL players more than anyone. So
boxers, dude.
But boxing is just fighting. It's just straight fighting. Of course, that's going to be a problem.
They forget
you're just hitting your goddamn head.
Yeah.
No, I think football's so.
It's also, I feel like it's at a weird place. It's right before the Super Bowl. You have why not have the Pro Bowl in the middle of the season?
Well, no, definitely could happen in the middle of the season.
Why?
Because in a 17-week NFL season, it's too physical of a game. You know what I mean? Because first off, you would have to probably if you took a week, first of all, that move the Super Bowl and stuff back further.
So it's a scheduling. I just don't know why.
It's a scheduling difference because it's too physical of a game. Because if you play a football game or whatever, you need realistically, you need like a week to rest before, at least a week before you can
I don't even
play.
think they're resting. Are they? They have
No,
practices.
practicing. They're not full pad practices usually in the NFL. I don't think it's a little more not laid back, but it's not as physical at practices. Whereas like you can play an All-Star the All-Star game Sunday and then the NBA resumes Tuesday or Wednesday. It's because it's not as physical.
I mean, there's
as NFL.
more NBA games.
Well, that's what I mean. But I would say like one football game equals like 10 NBA games.
Well,
I mean, just
pounding
your fucking tape.
It's physical, yeah.
So I just don't. It wouldn't be feasible to have a.
Why not though?
But
think about it. Because if you're playing the Super Bowl, now the people that go into the Super Bowl, they do not play in the Pro Bowl game.
Yes. So the way it used to work was the Pro Bowl used to be after the Super Bowl. So like basically anyone who was picked or whatever could play. But now basically if your team is in the Super Bowl, now that the Pro Bowl is the week before the Super Bowl, you just won't play in the Pro Bowl and your alternate will play, which I don't like. I like the Pro Bowl being after.
I feel like there's a lot of alternates too. A lot of I guess and
some people just don't really want to play.
I know.
I mean, and honestly, I don't blame them because I mean, look, they don't want to get hurt.
The end of the season. I mean, if you haven't played since week 17, then you're really coming out of nowhere. And
I mean, it's 4-0, and it's a joke anyway. I mean, they just throw the ball up. In a sense, I can't really blame them though, because I mean, look, if you get fucked up in a football in a game like that could jeopardize your career or whatever, and for such a meaningless game, I can kind of see why. So no, I just for those reasons, it wouldn't be feasible to play, especially during the middle of the season, like you can in like the NBA and MLB and stuff like that. Now, the All-Star game in baseball, I think it's great. It's become a lot more. I remember it used to be sometimes like one of the leagues would win like 17-2. It would be ridiculous. But now, I think it's good and it's competitive because you're going to see some of the best players in the 8th and 9th inning of those games, some of the best pitchers and stuff. Because especially if you're playing for the Yankees or the Red Sox or in the National League, you're playing for the Dodgers or whatever, if your team's in the hunt for October that you want to possibly do as best you can and secure your league's victory in that game because that could help you down the stretch.
I feel like it's a lot
for home field advantage.
That's a lot because some teams won't even have a player in the All-Star game, correct?
No, I think
they force.
I think one person. So even when the Phillies were terrible,
I was going to say because if you have no say,
I think you have to have one person. I think there is. I think the fans do vote for the MLB All-Star Game, but I think even if you're the shittiest team in the league, you have to have one representative. At least that's how it was before back in the day. I'm assuming that's how it is now. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I think if the All-Star Game would be more competitive in basketball, if you had East versus West, fans voting the players, whatever, and then you know what, maybe Steph Curry and LeBron and everyone else would take it really super serious if possible home court advantage.
It feels like a lot because not all players have someone in the All-Star game, so you're gonna stake. They have something to lose, even though they don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, but probably the good teams, the players that are representing the teams there are probably the best teams in that year anyway that are going to go.
Nah, there's guys that are on the fringe. I mean, LeBron's in it. He's in the 10th spot in the West right now.
Well, I guess that's true in a sense. Yeah, and I mean, basketball is much more of an individual, I think, sport. I mean, baseball is much more of an individual sport than basketball in a way because it's kind of But I don't know.
Well, I mean, because basketball players can affect the game. Like one player can affect the game, both offense and defense, more than most other sports.
That's true. Yeah.
Just one person. I mean, you get a triple double and you get 6 or 7 blocks. I mean, you're putting a big handprint on the game at both ends.
That is very true.
But I think the game's entertaining. I mean, I'm being honest. I don't always finish it. I take a peek at it every now and then.
Yeah,
All-Star, but it's a whole weekend. That's the whole thing. I think they do
That's what I like about the NBA.
It's an All-Star weekend.
It's cool. Yeah.
So I mean, the dunk competition is entertaining sometimes, and the 3-point competition I like watching. I mean, those extra things, even something as stupid as the celebrity game is entertaining sometimes.
I just think too the NBA All-Star game works because it's like, obviously like baseball's not on football. It's after the football season. So it's really like in America at least it's just hockey and basketball on. So it's like I think the NBA All-Star game is it's placed in the right time. You know what I mean, with nothing else going on. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. All right. Well, Dave, we've got a few more things. Let's transition. We have a few more things to talk about. We could go farther today, but we're going to talk about, and we will. We've got at least another segment. Let's talk about this vaccination thing. We'll move that to next week. It's kind of getting long.
I was gonna say
we'll move that to next week. I
don't know how we would translate.
Vaccinate your kids.
says the guy with no kids.
All right, you know what? If I have kids, they're getting vaccinated for measles and all this other shit.
I don't disagree. All right,
vaccinate your kid. Maybe that's all we needed for that segment. Vaccinate your kids.
This is
Do it.
Public service announcement.
Yeah.
Announcement.
This has been. I told you to do it. Just do it, please, because I don't want to disease and die because of you being stupid.
Is it purely selfish? You don't want to catch something?
That's true. I'm self-interested. Sure, I don't want to die because of you. God, vaccinate your kid. Let's talk about video games real quick.
Video games.
Dave, this will be the second to last segment we're going to talk about. Tell me about... I want this podcast to be a fair amount. Eventually, we're going to talk a lot about video games. I want video games to be a big segment. It's something that I've really gotten into.
Do you consider yourself a big gamer?
Yes and no. No, in a sense, because I can't afford all the stuff. So, like,
financially, no.
Financially, no. Yeah, there we go, Dave. Financially, no. I don't.
You aspire to be a big gamer.
I aspire. Yeah. Look, now if I had a lot of money, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I'm like broke. But I'm still kind of broke. So I'm not. I have a Switch. I have a Nintendo Switch, but I'm not buying an Xbox One. Although I really actually
they're fairly cheap. Those PlayStations.
Red Dead Redemption or whatever 2. I think it's kind of cool because it's like Grand Theft Auto and like Wild West. And like my dad and I watch like Westerns all the time that he watched as a kid. It's kind of cool. So like that'd be kind of a cool game to play. Maybe play with my dad, I don't know. But I don't have an Xbox One, so I can't do it. But yes, in the sense that, I mean, look, I have bought ever since it was a long time where I was out of gaming. The last time I really gamed a lot before 2015 was really when we played Madden in Larry Madden's garage.
Way back.
That was because we play all the time. But I think the Switch is the first system in a long time that I've heavily invested time and money into. I did have a Wii U. I really liked the Wii U. Most people hated the Wii U. They didn't like it. It didn't sell very well.
Now that's the one where it was like a
pad. Well, let me ask you this. Was the Wii U different from the Wii, or was the Wii U just an add-on to the Wii?
No. The Wii U is the one where it came with the, it's like a little thing that switches off, or not switches off.
That's the Switch.
That's the actual Switch?
The Wii U was before the Switch, but after the Wii. But I'm saying, was the Wii U...
Oh, I have no idea.
All right, so you don't know.
See, I didn't know there was something in between the Wii.
There you go.
I thought the Wii U and the Switch were almost the same thing.
Now, my research has shown, and when I say research, I mean the video game YouTubers I watch. And I like watching. That's something. The last few years, I really got into like watching, tech and video game YouTubers.
Like streamers, the streaming.
Some people I really, I watch this guy Rich from Review Tech USA. I watch RGT85. This guy named Wood Hawker from Beat 'em Ups. I watch I watch a lot of those guys talk about video games, and I've kind of gotten into they talk about a lot of retro stuff because I was big on like Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Sega, and shit like that. Yeah. But I did have a Wii U. I didn't. I bought some games for it, but a lot of people didn't know what the Wii U was because Nintendo didn't do a good job of marketing.
But now, what was it then? If it wasn't,
it was its own system. It wasn't an add-on to the Wii. It was a system up from the Wii U. So it went Wii, then the Wii U was Nintendo's next system. From what all the YouTubers and stuff have said, and what is the reality of it is that Nintendo didn't do a good job advertising it, marketing-wise, and it just really didn't do well. It was one of the worst-selling home consoles.
So it had its own games.
It was its own things. And now I love Donkey Kong Country, the series. So that was actually the reason why I bought the Wii U, because I wanted to play Tropical Freeze, which is I had to. I love Donkey Kong Country ever since '94. I've been on that. So So I like the Wii U. I liked it. I used it all the time to watch like Netflix and stuff. But it just wasn't that great of a seller. But now the Nintendo Switch is fucking amazing. It is one of my favorite systems. It does a lot. You can take it with you and
now,
play
how
it.
often do you actually take it with you? Is that
I
something that you actually...
I did when I lived in Scotland. When I would go on plane rides, I'd play it. I bought a bunch of games. I bought Mario Odyssey, Crash Bandicoot. I just bought Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Super Smash Bros. I play that with George and Terrence and stuff, and Anthony and Jonathan, and who else plays? And Tim. So like I like the Switch a lot. So I would probably say I'm getting back into gaming. I really am looking forward to Yoshi's Crafted World. Because for the Wii U, I bought Yoshi's. I'm gonna have to bring in. That might be the surprise next week. Yoshi's Woolly World, the game. Oh, it was great, and I don't care. And any of you are gonna judge me and say, "Oh, he likes playing Yoshi games and he's 30 years
Why
old."
Why is that like a
no? But there's probably some judgmental prick out there who's gonna be like, "Oh, he likes Nintendo games."
Dude, it's YouTube. That's the trolls. It's just trolls.
That's true. Whatever. I mean, whatever. Fine. Come at me for liking Yoshi. Do it. You won't. Yeah. So I know you have PS4.
Yeah. Well,
So
I did have a PS4, but I do plan on getting it back. I again, Red Dead, dude.
Is that for PS4 too?
Yeah, it's for PS4. Okay. Metro Exodus just came out. It was actually come out today. And then Far Cry 5, New Dawn.
I've heard a lot of good things about that. They talk about that a lot on YouTube.
Yeah. See,
I like, I like games. Dude, I love playing Halo and shit back in the day. But I was always a Nintendo fan. I'm like a Nintendo fan.
But well, that's because you're a fan of the classics, like
I always have been. I liked, I always like playing Madden. The last time I played George in 2K, his game, I beat him on 360, and we're never playing again. So like that kind of thing. Oh, it is, and he'll George. That was 2008. You'll never ever get a chance to play me and beat me in that.
Now,
game
how many times did he beat you?
That doesn't matter. None of that matters. Because the last time he ever played me, he lost. He was arrogant as fuck. Like, he took Kobe out and everything and whatever.
I remember you were terrible at that game. So
no, I was really good. It's just he was just better. But no, he wasn't, because I beat him the last time. And again, you'll never get that shot. This is 11 years later. I'll be talking about this shit 55 years later.
Was that really 11 years?
It's been 11 years. George, George has had the option to play me in 11 years, and he won't in 22 years, or 33, or 44, or 55, or 66, 77, 88, 90. We won't be around 99 years from now, but still. All right. So that's good to know. All right, we're going to talk more about it. And again, Daveahue, video games are something that I think we're going to add more into this. So fans, look, we're going to, obviously, I know you love sports and stuff, and we're going to keep talking about that, but video games is something we're also going to be talking about as well. So it's now time for the last segment. And this is a segment that we're going to call Surprise Dave. Or Surprise Daveahue Dave. No, Surprise Dave. So check out.
I didn't see any bag. I didn't see a bag. Is there something in the trunk or?
Actually, this no. Well, no. I do have a lot of stuff in my trunk though, like for my car, because there's this little bar that's in there that's like some kind of stabilization bar, and it holds everything really neatly. I really like that. But it's nothing to do with
Lancer?
Yeah, in the Lancer. Yeah. But that was actually going to be part of the surprise tonight, but I forgot it at home. So I improvised. So Dave, the surprise is actually staring right at you. It's right in front of you. It's staring right at you.
What is it? That?
Is it what?
Is it the hat?
No. This is my favorite hat of all time. But no, it's not. It's staring right at you.
What is it? What's the surprise?
It's me. What do you think, Dave? How weird do you want this to get, Dave? What is it?
I don't know. It's getting pretty weird already.
It's getting real weird. What is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
What did you get it? Your braces?
No, I do have braces. Braces hurt too, but it's not that.
You got a tattoo somewhere? Or? No. I don't know, Donnie. What is it?
Look at my face, Dave. Do you notice anything about my face?
Do
you notice anything about my face, Dave?
No. What is it?
All right. Well, then, Mom, you did a good job. So I had a pimple here.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. It's
so listen. So listen. It's weird. I wash my face a lot. I don't know why this happened.
A surprise is the pimple?
No. The surprise is I'm wearing makeup right now. So I asked my mom. I said, I said, you know,
Surprise, motherfucker! I'm wearing makeup.
Yeah. Surprise! I got you. I got you. Did you notice it all today?
No,
you didn't notice.
100% notice when you said it.
Now I said it, yeah. But
it's
yeah,
only gonna win. First hats and scarves, and now makeup. That's a giant leap in the scale of weirdness.
Yeah, it is, and it happened. And it happened right here on the Comeback Kids podcast, which I know you love. Okay, so remember, guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Say it with me that one more time. Like, subscribe, and share. All right, that's awesome. And, you know, we want to like, we want to subscribe, we want you to share it. I mean, we want you to do all three of those things. And you know what? Have yourself a great week. We'll see you back here next week. I mean, no. Maybe even merchandise might be coming soon. Merchandise.
Maybe. It depends if I have to lie or not.
Let us know. No, I'd love it. Merchandise might be coming soon. But anyway, guys, thank you again. It's been another great episode. It's going to get better every single episode. We got a microphone and speaker. No, microphone.
And the studio is being renovated.
The studio is we have a studio being renovated. Paint's being done on that. We have a setup all being set up. We have a speaker, a microphone a microphone and camera on the way.
We might actually look like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, we might. But you know we do, and that's why you love it. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I have nothing else to say now, so I'm going to press this video, and we're going to end it. But remember to like, subscribe, and share.